What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session, and today we're going to be looking at this wonderful score from one of our friends, Galen. He took the second place in the 1650 on ACR. So he let me have his hand history basically, and we're going to be looking at it today. Thank you very much, bro. He had a bit of a hot streak and he won another one. So we're gonna be looking at another one of his games this week later. All right, we start off with 25 big blinds. That's a little bit tight. I know that Galen doesn't like to open these kind of hands. But if we look at the poker coaching charts here, pretty sure this is an open.
So we're gonna do the hand history today?
So we look at the 25 big blind chart. We are button, cutoff, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. So 25 big blind position under the gun one. And let's see. A6 suited is well in there. Also, maybe he's multi-tabling and he's not paying attention. Anyway, this should have been an open. Oh, wait. How about pocket kings in the big line? All right, so I guess we just go all in here with 20 big blinds. Yeah, we get called. We hit the king. All right, great start of the tournament. So this is an early bird. It started at 8 a.m. in the morning. Oh, I think this is an open. Do you guys not open this one? 40 big blinds, button. For sure it is.
Yeah, I open king five for sure.
I would open it. But I don't think he's paying much attention. Unless
What
he has,
tournament? What's this
unless he
buy-in?
has two kings.
What's the buy-in?
This is the 1650 on ACR.
Going.
Okay, so this is a 3-bet pot. In a 3-bet pot, you mostly want a range bet. But the thing is, the hand that want to check the most in your range is very often ace king. So it's a spot here where you mostly want to bet, but with ace king, it's fine to check. So
And he can just check jam a lot too with his queens now. And he's gonna have a decent amount of them, right?
yes. But the thing is. Now
gonna
here,
Aren't you gonna get a lot of auto folds from his under pairs though? On that board?
yeah.
Like if someone bets four there,
Whenever you 3-bet, like, and you get a flop, you should see bet basically your range small, almost all of the time. So, like, you always lean towards betting here, but one of the hands that can check the most is almost always ace king. Looking at the sims, very often it wants to check. So, yeah. I don't have much 3-bet pots with me because I'm traveling right now. So I don't think I have any actually, but let's see real quick.
yeah, I think tens and nines and eights and sevens and ace 10, like just a lot of that stuff is gonna auto fold. To a small bet.
I could run it.
And if you get raised, it's also an easy fold.
Do you fold pocket tens or to a small bet? Because I'm not sure if it's a right fold, given you have like Here's my rule of thumb for playing three bet pots. Whenever you're the caller in a three bet pot. If there's an ace or a king on board, the texture is absolutely bad for you. It's really, really, really bad. But if there's not an ace or not a king, the queen and the jack are not amazing, but they're pretty good. If you look at at reality of it. So if I have pocket 10 and there's no ace, no king on the board, I'm feeling here. So I don't think we get to fold nines and tens with a simple bet. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't have any three bet pots basically. 20 big blinds. No, well. Actually, yeah. Okay, so. Hijack versus under the gun. Actually, exactly have this spot.
Oh, good.
Oh, that could now, I don't have to run it. I was gonna run it.
Okay, so we three bet here. There's a new version. So in position, ace king, we don't have ace king off, but we have ace king suited. So let's see.
So what, he just calls there or jams? Ace king off?
Goes
He
all in.
jams. He jams,
Goes all in,
right?
but the thing is here, like you can't really go all in pre-flop because you're 60 big blind, 40 big blind effect. I think 40 big blinds. Probably it's an all in. Sometimes quite a lot. Anyway, he went for the small three bet. Let's see the flop. Queen, jack, deuce. Queen, jack, deuce, and is it rainbow? It is rainbow. Okay, so off position checks. Should he be checking? Yeah, he's checking 100% here. And then, yeah, we are range betting actually. We're just range betting on this board. We're betting 92% of the time, I guess. So we're just range betting here. So like usually sometimes the skin wants to check, but here it's not the case. We should just bet here. So check, check. He bets the turn. I'm not sure what to do here. If it goes check, check. We see a jack of clubs on the turn.
You gotta
I mean,
fold.
are we checking jacks? Like, I feel like he probably should even bet that.
Now he bets small. I mean, no, we're supposed to call. That's what I felt. I felt like this was a call. So we're supposed to call here sometimes. So he calls.
Against his
Twice
range,
an
what
ace.
hand are we winning?
I think we just have equity with the 10, a king, an ace. I think that's why we call a small bet. Also, it goes check, check on the flop, so.
We don't even have any jacks. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ace jack a sliver.
So the ace on the river, it goes all in. I think it's a call.
Yeah.
So he probably has a hand like king, queen, or does he just simply has a jack?
Yeah, I mean, right, like we could just have, I mean, I feel like even though the solver doesn't have us having any jacks, I just feel like we're gonna have jacks here. So
Okay. we
I'm gonna
call.
check jacks a lot. Cause I don't wanna get check jammed. When I have like ace jack, I don't wanna get check jammed on.
It goes in, ace king is always a call. Now I wonder if this guy just will always shows like a jack here. But I guess he. The thing is, when we check back the flop. People like to lose it. They really
Yeah,
do.
we're
They,
kinda capped.
like aggressive players, whenever you check back the flop, they just lose their mind, so. You probably always have to call here against flop.
Yeah, I mean, you could just have ace queen too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he can, but no. The thing is, I think he has some jacks here as well, does he?
I mean, the SPR is less than one. I'm not folding an ace, so
He has plenty of jacks here.
yeah, he's got jacks.
Yeah, but now that we've gotten there, our kicker plays, so
Yeah, I
we have
guess
to
we.
call.
Oh, pocket nines, okay. Alright,
It's fast.
yeah, whenever like you check back the flop, people lose it, so. He made a good play on the flop. I guess this was like player dependent. This is on a network that he knows well, so he probably had notes on this player.
Yeah, it's interesting. I would probably see bet the flop, check the turn and call the river, but
Yeah, no, maybe he checked, that's why he checked back the flop because he knew this guy was gonna spaz into him.
that worked out.
So I like the C bet here. On the turn, I would check back as well because. Like he either has a flush draw or a simple nine, and you don't wanna invest into a nine.
Yeah,
So if
you
you
hope,
check, you keep call all of his bluffs and all of his busted flush draws here.
Yeah.
So
And
now
use-
you can check, you can easily call the river. But he checks back. Do you guys think it's a good spot to reopen the action? I think so, because I don't think after we check the turn, this guy never checks a nine on the river.
yeah, and you just hope that he has an eight or pocket fives or something.
Yeah, I like this bet. I think he calls that with, yeah, probably low pairs.
Maybe,
Nine is gonna, I think this is a bet fold as well. Like we bet here, if you raise, we just fold. He
maybe
calls
ace
with
high,
a deuce.
deuce.
Fold. Open. I think we should call here.
Yeah, the guy's pretty low, so. Right, gonna be a little tighter, maybe raising under the gun.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, no, this is for me a call. I don't really wanna reopen the action. Now, do we have to call with ace ten? I don't think so. I think we have enough hearts, diamonds. I have like a good ace high though and kind of board interaction. So thing is, if we call here and this guy reopens the action, we're just in a crappy spot. So we can never call basically here, because we're not closing the action.
Yeah, we're splitting MDF with the big blind who has lots of stuff to defend with, so.
So we raise. And then. Somehow. The guy loses. Yeah, okay, I like this. You probably wanna pay a bit more attention to stack size, opening size here. Like the 0.2 big blind into the 20 big blind stack, you can min raise her. But my guess is that, when you're multi-tabling, you just don't pay attention. Fold. Pocket queens. 3-bet small, 6.5. 6, that's a bit small, that's less than. You wanna make it at least 3x, so 6.5.
Yeah, I was telling you yesterday, this is a big thing on ACR. The last, I've been noticing a lot of 2.5 and 2.7 x three bets. It's like up to 60 big blinds.
Okay.
It's like, it's prevalent all through, a lot of like all the Europeans.
Okay.
You might not see it on your .com site, but I'm telling, I see it a ton on HCR. And I've been doing it too lately. They don't overcall a ton, like you can get away with it, like, because there's not a lot, they're pretty good players and they're not just a bunch of people overcalling behind you.
Should we have sized up that bets because we don't want there's no good turn cards for us here that are over 5.
This is
Well,
just a standard
not
three
bad.
bet pot, so you just wanna see bet small with your range.
And check's not bad. We blocked it not straight.
This fits along. If you're against a guy who you know is calling heavy. Well, you can size up like exploitatively, but the right play is just to bet small. This is the right play. On this turn, this is really bad for us, so I guess we always check back and then try to show down. So that's good because he doesn't have very many eights. And it reduces the jack ten that he would have called pre-flop within his
No,
range.
Ellie, no,
He doesn't have any offsuit eights for sure, so we're
no.
pretty good here a lot.
We're
Yeah,
blocking king, queen, but we're gonna pay a lot of value bets here, though.
so, I would call here.
So did the target check? I missed it.
Turn go
Yeah.
check, check. The thing is, well, we block king, queen, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
And he
I'm
doesn't have
calling.
many eights that are calling pre-flop to our three bet, so I think it's a fine call. Oh, it goes for the fold. Okay. I guess he has a read on this player. Not too
Well,
sure
his-
about.
His flatting range is gonna have a lot of stuff in there that's gonna hit really well with that board, right?
I mean, he's got a lot of tens, right?
He has a lot of tens for sure. He has, like the 10 is really bad for us. But,
Yeah, I'm calling. I'm not folding. I'm blocking it not straight, so I don't fold.
for me, he doesn't have very many hates and we block king, queen. So it's a decent spot to call, but when he calls our three bet, his range is well constructed around that. He has a lot of nines, king nine, ace nine.
No.
So
No,
That's-
Ellie, no.
why not?
So like, what do we get here with that we
No.
are calling?
No.
Yeah, we're beating.
We
You know, we're
got king-
beating jacks and nines, but we're losing to, like, we're beating a jack or a nine, but
Like,
we're
I
losing
think we
to a lot
most,
of the rest of his range here.
I don't even think we three bet king, queen pre-flop. I think we on the button, we call king, queen, so like, we don't have that, I don't think. We're gonna have some 10x that we three bet, some jacks, jack X, we three bet. Some 9x, we three bet, but like, queens are better than all that stuff, except the tens.
So it would be interesting to see, to know why Galen.
What's our three bet range look like?
We are,
Oh, you got the range, don't you?
60 big blinds deep. This is button.
I think like king nine, king, maybe even, it might even be like king eight. Suited, it might not be king nine. I think king, queen calls a lot on the button.
So this would be our three bet range.
So is the king nine, queen nine. So we have tens in our range, right? We have. We don't really have the king, queen much. We got some jacks. I mean, like queens is top of range, right? And it blocks the nuts.
This is the three bet range for the button.
Yeah,
Well, look at his defending range where
Yeah.
what does he call our three bet with?
Pretty sure it's.
Right?
Oh,
He's loaded with tens.
well, he's got 2, 4, 6, 8. And we block. The queen tens heavily, so he doesn't even have 8. He's got, like,
no, but not only does he have tens, like 10 seems to be a majority of his range composition. But he also has king, queen sometimes, even though we block it. And he has some eight sometimes as well.
Yeah,
think
9-8,
actually he made a
pocket
pretty
eight.
good fold here.
What are his bluffs here? Ace, queen's a good bluff, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, we block ace queen with our queens. And we also, who bluffs ace queen here? Try
How
to get ace
about,
queen to fold. It takes a pretty strong player here. Like
Does
the kind of
9-8
player who's gonna bluff with ace queen here is gonna be like, I think he's gonna get looked up. He's gonna have.
does he wanna
stuff.
bluff with 9-8? I think.
Yeah, but 9-8 gets there, it's a straight.
Oh, right, right, right.
Right, like the
Ugh.
problem is his bluffs, like. His only bluff that we beat is ace queen. And
And we
all
block
his
it.
value hands really are taking us to town here.
So does he do that with ace jack
I mean.
Yeah,
on a double 10 board? You
I
know,
would block bet. I mean, like ace jack, I would put a bet in, but it would be small.
And we have like aces and kings in our range. So when he does something like this, I think he has a 10.
The problem is queens are still just so far up in our range and it blocks the nut straight. Like I don't find the fold here. And it's probably bad, but I'm not folding.
I think it's a very, very strong fold here. At first sight, I saw this hand, I thought it was gonna be a call. But now, if you look at the range, the calling range, he either has a 10,
Do you have a HUD on this guy to see if he's like splashy?
the straight. I mean, and people probably under bluff the spot a little bit, right? So like he probably did never bluffs with like pocket three here, pocket four.
Is he bluffing it like 6, 7, 7, 6?
right?
That's marginal
9,
value.
7.
Ace four,
I
ace
don't
three, almost entirely checking, same story, right?
What's up, Josh?
Hi.
I mean, it is hard to
Yeah.
find, it's hard to find bluffs, right?
yeah, like he has to be turning ace nine into a bluff here. Right,
Yeah.
against us.
Yeah, which
Like-
is not happening.
And remember, he's also doing it for 60%. And I mean, we have a lot of auto lookups. Like we still have ace 10 here.
Mm.
Right? That we're gonna definitely call off with.
Mm.
So, and his bet, is inviting us to call. Like he didn't pot it. Right? Or over bet.
Yeah, I agree. I think he made a very, very tough fold. here.
Yeah, like I think if the guy bets 9, I think you're looking it up with queens.
Well, we gotta call 15 to win 55 essentially, right?
What was the action on the turn, actually?
Check on the turn.
Okay.
We see bet the
check it
flop
there.
for 1/3 and he called on a
What?
3-bet pot.
Okay, this
I
is
think,
straight.
I think we only had to be good 27% of the time. I mean, it's such a hard fold.
Yeah,
It
Like,
is.
I'm not,
That's-
I'm not folding. I'm not. I just not doing it.
I
if he
like
bets
it.
9, I think we have to call, but
I think the question is if is Jack betting for value here, this size?
I think it's a well thought fold because if you think at range construction. So many nuts here, like this guy.
So
we
what's
could
he-
have aces, we could have kings here. Like,
Alright,
we
so
could
what
have-
does he check raise on flop? He's not gonna have all those, he's gonna do some check raising with a lot of those hands as well. So like, he doesn't get to the river with that range. Like, we should see what his range is. When he calls the flop, right? And doesn't raise, etc.
There's a
and
very
not-
little raising in three bet pots. As the pre-flop caller, so.
Yeah, it's pre-flop call, you check everything on.
I think you check raise, you have check raises for
A
sure.
little bit, it's not a big part of the strategy.
Yeah, but I think an 8 is also straight. That's it's a problem. And jacks, you could have jacks.
Also, don't think people check raise enough in three bet pots, anyway.
Close.
I like this fold, this is a tough one.
Yeah, me too.
Are you folding aces?
No, it doesn't matter. Ace
The
doesn't
same
matter.
value.
Ace and queen's the same hand, right?
actually,
Yeah, He's calling with ace ten, he has ace ten in his range, queen ten less, so it's not the same, almost same.
Aces is an easier fold because with the queens, at least we block a lot of the king queen
Right.
combos,
Right.
right? And the
So-
queen, the queen eight straights and stuff like that.
So do we call more with kings and queens than we do with aces?
We call a lot more with queens because we block king, queen.
Well,
Yeah.
then we can say, what are we gonna call with? Like.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Three
have some
tens.
straights, not
It's
many.
a
'cause
tough
we're gonna
spot, but
keep
I think you
barreling.
can make like an exploitative fold. If you think about range and if you think about player tendencies and three bet pots. For me, my perception and three bet pots, players play when the pot gets super big, a lot of players play straightforward. And there's a few crazy players that just lose it. But
Yeah.
most players, when the pot gets big, they're in a big game that they like. Become very straightforward.
Yeah, they won't play a jack this way, I think, so that's the reason I would fold.
Yeah, and Jack never plays like that, and nine never plays like that. Is this a call?
I mean, if he doesn't think the people behind him are gonna squeeze, he could get away with it.
He's got two rejam
It's a
stacks
little-
behind him.
It's splashy.
Or the cutoff?
I mean, I immediately look to my left to see what they're doing. If they're just like the V pip a lot and they don't get in there raising, I don't mind flattening this once in a while. But if they raise, if they're good players and they're getting in there raising and they're squeezing, I'm just folding.
This one looks splashy to me.
Yeah, 17 on the button and then 15 blinds in the big. You're gonna get some, you're gonna get some
jack
rips.
So calling is not a good option, I think, if you look at that.
Yeah, and you're too deep to get splashy with the 10-9.
Let's say that this guy is 60 big blind, alright? Button cutoff, hijack, low jack, so it's under the gun one, low jack, and then we're at the cutoff. So 60 big blind deep, we're the cutoff. Under the gun one and low jack.
Yeah, I mean, low jack's got a super narrow range. He's about 20 big blind. He's about 7 or 8% calls, I think. But he lacks the best part of his range, except I mean, might trap with aces some.
No, it's actually a call. Mixing. Mixing.
Yeah, that's super deep. If you are not that deep, then you fold probably then, or not.
And if we look at the fact that
The players behind are low stacked.
yeah, if we play 20 effective, this would be a fold because of this player in the hand. And we have rejam stacks. But if we just look at the raw action, if we were 60 effective, it would be a call. But we're not 60 effective, we have rejam stack. I think this makes it an easy fold. I would probably open here. What do you guys think? This is an open, sure.
Yeah,
Open fold.
for sure.
Yeah. Why not? You also get a lot of folds, I mean.
Yeah.
With the big blind calls, you're not, well, it's a good hand in position.
Did he fold 9-6 to a rate, open, 2x open from the
It
big
was a-
blind?
I think it was a 3x open.
Oh,
no.
the 2x, then a little raise, yeah. That's fine.
Yeah,
2x plus and then the raise.
I would just call.
This guy is a bit out of line leading on the flop here. The
Yeah, I
big
don't know
blind
what's going
has no leads here at all.
yeah, let him hang himself, call.
Yeah, and he either got the nuts or he's got nothing.
No, I much prefer raising here because if you just call and say this guy has a 9, but he's somehow confident with his 9. If an overcard comes, he's not gonna be stacking up very often, whereas now even a 7 could be stacking off here.
Yeah, he could also just have a set. He could have 9, 7, you know.
And his draws will also.
Should have a
call.
flush draw here.
I just let him keep bluffing.
Oh, no.
We
no,
got the
this
ace
is
of
a-
spades.
I think this is a mandatory raise for me.
I at least raise sometimes, not,
You already know that this guy is out of line, he should never lead here, so when
First
he
of all,
leads like this,
when they're.
what is he up to? He has, to me, he has a hand he likes enough to put 25% of his stack in the middle.
Yeah, he bet big for
Out of
sure. yeah.
position. So he has a little something that he likes.
If he
No,
bets
I-
smaller, I would raise, but since he bet so big, I like just calling down because
I would min click it like 2.5.
I think most players in the player pool indeed have a 9 or a 7 or at least a hand that can call a small raise.
I would make it 10 big blind and it would leave him a 10 mid blind jam behind. So he could re-jam, bam, and feel powerful. No? You want to when you have a hand like this, you want the opponent to have the last action on him, kind of, you know?
Okay,
So when you make it 10, he's gonna bomb it thinking he has a sliver of fold equity sometimes.
I'm calling.
Yeah, I'm calling too. I mean, he bet enough for me. I'm not worrying about it. He's
I'm
not like
always
trying to,
raising
he's not
here
like trying to
because
price in his
If
draw.
he has
has the
like
ace of
10-9,
spades.
if he has 10-9, a king rolls off, what are you gonna do? Do you think he's stacking off? No.
They do, yeah, they do.
He has 10-9 now, you raise now, he's gonna give it all.
I mean, I'm not completely disagreeing with you.
Here you need to protect the villain from the bad run out. You're protecting him from nasty cards that are gonna happen.
that's an interesting way to think about it.
That's how I see it. And,
And if he gets a brick, he's just gonna jam. If it's a 2, a 3, a 5, even a 4, so like anything under a 9, there's more cards under 9 than over 9, and he's just gonna bomb them all.
sure, but imagine the ace comes on the turn.
That much, huh?
Imagine a spade comes on the turn, he doesn't have spades. Imagine that 7 pairs on the turn and he has a 9.
I imagine when you're
And
that
somehow he
short,
thinks you have a
once he
7.
once he puts, another 5 big blinds in, he's gonna have an SPR of about 1, and you don't really get to fold a pair. That's what I think. So I don't think he's
How would
folding
you on
much.
this one, Galen.
Yeah, but he isn't folding a pair if you raise, so. That's not that different for pairs. It's more the draws that can.
The guy has 9-8. If you let an ace roll off, do you think he's stacking up?
Yeah, well, hard to know.
At
Probably
least now you know he's stacking off, huh? I mean,
not. That's why I like this play a lot.
yeah, I like it also.
And what if he's just bluffing with the spade and he's gonna blast the turn with shit? Both
If
fold
it
and get
looks
raised.
aggressive players
Yes,
bluffing
to
with
space,
spade
he
here,
will
he's
call
spazzing.
flop can or not.
You're gonna get it in on flop against an aggressive player that is bluffing with spades. Like, I'm gonna give you my stack here. I pay Galen 100% of the time.
Yeah, you're right.
Good draws indeed, you get value from also.
This could also be an all-in, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, he's got deeper stack. He's got 30 and 40 big blind stack, and I'd just be happy to open, call it off.
Now he goes for this. Okay.
well, now he's gonna get the aces that opened to fold, right?
no, aces will call off, of course. I mean,
No, like ace 2, ace 5,
Okay,
ace
that
6,
kind of
ace 7,
ace.
ace 8.
that might fold, yeah.
Oh,
But
shit.
the
he's
problem
big
is-
blind. Yeah, he's big blind. I
Here,
would've just ripped.
When you check raise, you don't check raise all in. You can still check raise small.
But it's less than a pot bet actually, yeah, if you check raise here all in, so that's not that bad. I mean,
Like you
Yeah.
can make it 5.5 when you check raise.
oh, you can, yeah.
I'm calling.
Ooh,
Alright. Hit the turn.
nice.
Can you put that in the solver actually?
But what? What do you wanna see here?
I wanna see if we're supposed to be all in. Or calling.
I think we call, honestly.
I think we mix. Can go all in, can check raise small, and you can call probably.
I mean, I think we're all in pre-flop, but
Also, all in pre-flop, also possible.
I didn't realize we were big blind at first glance, but now that I realize we are, I think we're just supposed to rip free.
I don't know. Let's see if it's in range. Not sure.
Look
I
at the
think it has
poker.
some slivers, but I would sometimes jam it free.
Yeah, against the cutoff,
I'm looking at the top at the poker coaching side.
Jack 10-5.
Yeah, at like 15 and below, I was all in with king queen.
yeah, like that's gonna dominate his range that wants to raise and call.
Was big blind versus?
Full frequency call. Got it?
Cutoff.
Like a sim
Cutoff, okay.
somehow.
100% call.
Yeah,
15
your
big
king,
blinds.
queen and off rips.
King, queen off
Okay.
rips. King, queen suited, 100% call.
Oh, yeah, it's a call. So we should not raise.
Also for 12, so king, queen suited should call.
So it's not a raise. If we raise small as I first thought. And then we don't go all in here. When we raise, it's like 78, so we can raise 2.5. That's what I said. Wow,
Yeah, I'm just calling there.
well, that's what you said. Ha ha ha.
But I mean, if we raise small and he goes all in, are we folding?
No,
No,
Never.
have two overcards and 8 other out, so.
So what's the reason not to apply more pressure to his stack?
Because you want all the stack.
You have a draw that you're not
bluffing,
happy to
You
call
have
raise.
so many outs.
we're doing it with like 8-5, 9-5, then you're happy if they just fold too, right? With some of those combos, 5-3,
So we're protecting our bluffing range here
I think,
with small 3-bet.
or marginal hands.
So mostly just a call.
But who finds a raise, a click back with a 5, like?
With
You
queen
do.
5.
You do.
8-5, 5-3, 9-5, like 9-5, nah, I mean, that's.
I'm sure you
pretty
find
good,
queen
but-
5 there.
Queen 5 and 9-5, I find a bit logical still.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Queen 5 all in.
savage. You're already playing 10 big, so you have a pair, you're pretty happy, right?
Queen 5 was not gonna win here.
At least you block 5s and you have outs.
Okay, so he opens,
He
we
blocks the name drop.
call, it's a call, we get not a great flop, we fold here.
Fold.
And is this a call if we have the 7 of spade?
No,
No.
we're not closing the action.
Say we were 40 big blind effective, closing the action.
No.
Small blind versus,
On that texture, I still think it's a fold.
Yeah, you
Versus
have so many
versus an early
hands
position
that you
open.
have,
That's his range
it's
is
a
really
fold as
condensed
well.
around all those cards, so I think it's good. It's gonna be a fold still. I mean, even a 7 doesn't necessarily improve us, right?
would you call pocket 8 with the 8 of spade?
It improves us, but maybe not to the best hand.
Eights might peel. But. Then you're blocking some bluffs. I don't know. I think eights fold too.
Maybe 6s might peel. But he doesn't have a lot of 7-8 and that kind of stuff, so.
So the best we got is queen 10-7. So we need to look at pocket sixer. Check, bet small, Pocket six,
Golden, huh? Golden.
even. Over pair to the seven, okay, so if we have an overcard to the bottom card, so. Here. It doesn't
Well,
work because
we're not talking
that's
about-
here,
We're never folding jacks.
but
Yeah, but this is more
Need-
connected. to it, so
need
we
a
have
higher card to deal.
more calls, natural calls here.
When the big blind is gonna be incentivized to check jam a lot of hands, right, with any pair?
No, not against two
I think
players.
we were 40 deep, weren't we?
Big blind was only 10 deep, right?
No, not that hand. Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
missed it.
the last hand, we just looked at small blind versus under the gun. At 40 big blind, yeah, the big blind was 10 big blind effective, but he didn't play.
You can only jam a queen or something. A good draw. If two people call.
Is this a defend?
That's tight. Yeah, you gotta call that. You can make a straight with, I mean, jack seven might fold, I think, but I'm pretty sure jack eight, jack nine. are
50
folding.
probably, yes.
Do you defend with jack eight?
Yep.
Jack
Jack eight.
seven.
Jack seven, it depends. I start folding. Especially if they're tight, I'm definitely folding. But if they're opening like they should be, I might defend jack seven some, at least. Jack eight, for sure,
It's slow.
regardless.
Jack eight off fold against under gun one, almost 100%. Jack nine call.
Jack eight, look at this can, I got you.
What
Yeah,
positions,
under the
what
gun, eh?
positions do you have here?
Under the gun versus big blind. And
We're
then
folding
Yeah,
jack
against
eight.
under gun one, but
even against under the gun one, yeah, pulling jack eight.
oh, that's strange. Are you looking for 40 bigs? No, no, no.
60.
Yeah, I looked for 40 and then jack eight is calling some of the time, but
I like this call. But I think we need 7-6, not sure about 5-6 here.
I think from the small blind it's too low indeed.
I think it mixes.
20 big blind
he only
effective,
has 20 big
5%
blind
outside,
deep,
no jack.
Oh, yeah, 20 effective. I fold.
20 effective, just fold.
It's gonna be really hard to ever get to a river.
Let's say 25 effective in advantage.
Are we actually supposed to fold those? I feel like I'm opening a lot of those.
Ah, it's still calling.
Wow.
Okay,
I wouldn't do that, but you should.
tough spot, I think we should fold.
Yeah, fold him.
I don't know if I'm doing it with like 6-5 specifically, but
Can
7-6,
do 5-4.
7, 9-8.
Hmm. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Just fold.
You're supposed to call down to 5-4 suited for 25 bigs, by the way.
Even for 20, yeah.
I looked at it at 25.
I looked also both, so.
At 20, you call, yeah, it's still same. You
Oh,
call
yeah.
down to 5-4 suited.
And
I'm
only-
mixing
yeah.
6-5 and I'm never calling 5-4.
I think on this river, after that turn goes check, check. On this river, you wanna bet small with your tens here.
Yeah, I'm not.
On third. Let's
Their
see.
C bet check range has a ton of aces in it. Like they auto C bet all the shit they open and so it's gonna have a lot of aces in their on the river there.
And the ace is better for his range, yeah, so that's the reason I would not bet there.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's kind of the reason why you block bet.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if they have a bad ace, then they can't raise you.
Yeah,
And
that's
they were gonna bet anyway.
a bet bigger, maybe.
Even if they have a good ace, it's hard for them to raise.
Yeah. Could be the case. And at least we block,
I mean, maybe I block bet a jack there, cuz like, he's not gonna fold. I don't think he's folding jack when we block bet either, so we're gonna get called by aces, we're gonna get called by jacks. So,
yeah, we can also have queens, I mean.
I don't think he's gonna have many jacks, cuz he bet flop, check turn. But still,
Yeah, indeed, is a 10 good enough to block bet? A jack might be good enough to block bet, but.
yeah, I'm just gonna try to get the showdown, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, a jack still gets called by a 10, but a 10, yeah.
You will get called by a jack.
Yeah.
That might not bet itself. In population, huh? A server might
Yeah.
bet.
Okay, no. So pure check on the river with a 10.
Only 2 pair and better?
And we
Ace
call
jack.
any bet sizes. If he bets, like, he's not supposed to bet, so I don't even have, he's not supposed to reopen the action, right? Small.
No, but
So,
if that's off, but
yeah,
we mix.
we start mixing. So we could probably call if he bets small.
The heuristic here is we mix, we never call with the heart in our hand because we block the bluffs, but we call without a heart. So if you don't have a heart, you have a 10, you call. Same thing with the king. If you don't have a heart, you call.
I have a hard time implementing them.
I have a very easy time. If the flush draw miss, you don't wanna have a card of the flush draw on the river. because
Okay, that's true. That's not that's not the problem.
Okay, so
But
now I'm
it's
just
not
wondering something. If it wasn't an ace, it was another river.
I
Does he
mean, a low
have?
card, then maybe you block bet on it. Bet for value, actually.
Why don't I have audio?
So on most low cards, we actually, okay, so I guess. We only block bet our 10 if it remains second pair. We never block bet our 10 here if it's third pair. So we don't get to block bet third pair here, so good job, Galen.
That's what I thought. Even a jack's not block betting.
Is it working now? Oh, cool.
Then raise. It's good.
What do you do with sevens there, big blind rips on the pre-flop?
Call.
Snapping it off,
For 40?
30,
breaking my wrist.
35, 36.
I think
I
even.
think it's
at
close,
30,
that's why I asked.
I think it's close indeed, so normally I fold them.
My wrist will be
Hijack versus
broken.
the big blind. I think we have to rumble.
It's not a
Yeah,
run.
I think is it the bottom? Is it the worst pair we call?
It's not.
Negative.
Probably not. I think
hijack,
We
eh?
call
First,
down to
sixes here.
fives,
I'm not
maybe?
sure about that.
maybe even lower.
hijack versus all 3-bet all in. Big blind.
How about this? It's one of the spots where sixes might call and sevens starts folding and like eights
Sevens
call.
fold already indeed, for 40 bigs at least. Not 100% fold, but it starts folding.
Does sixes call at all?
No.
Okay, so sevens start folding.
Yep.
So at 30, sixes is probably starting to fold.
At 40, it's folding,
Yeah.
starting to fold. So maybe at this stack depth you can call, but I wouldn't.
And he's got a fairly wide ripping range at 35, right? Like he's gonna be ripping probably, I don't know, 10%.
He's ace-10 suited up. No, I don't know. Big blind. Yeah, I have to look at that then. Big blind versus.
Jack 4-3 with a flush draw.
His lowest pairs he a bit is sixes. And the rest has almost always two overcards at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta dodge a lot of bullets.
Okay, so I think here we should bet. I
He's
was
just-
not sure if we were supposed to bet without the spade here, but on this texture, it's a pure range. bet.
Yeah, it's a pretty dry flop. He's lacking a lot of, the threes and fours.
4
So
and 3 are bad cards for him indeed also.
Galen checks here, you should see bet here 100%. Bad turn.
delayed C bet's nice when the ace hits though, because you're gonna check some eight. I guess you're not, no, we're not checking anything, so. Yeah, he's kinda jammed up now.
Check twice.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, like, we don't even have sevens in range, so.
So
Yeah,
it's a
we're
bit
we're
like.
in a
pocket
part of a
tens
tree
here.
where it's not in range.
Yeah, but it's a bit like pocket 10 here, right?
I
Same
guess.
value.
Yeah.
What about
No,
now?
Not anymore.
Pocket tens looking okay now.
So
He's
you
gonna call
butchered
flop,
the
he's gonna
seven.
probably float a flop bet with 9-10. 10-9, but then we barrel, turn and
Yeah,
get him.
If you ever see this, you butchered this hand.
He
Not
might call
proud.
it spades.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna lose a lot here because I was
Yeah.
gonna go small on the flop, size up on the turn, and then give up on the river.
Yeah, cuz he ain't folding spades, so that's just like
Yeah.
one combo he's not getting away from.
You
And
need
then
to
he just
see
got
bet.
there on the river.
So say we see bet the flop and he calls and then the ace comes on the turn. He checks. Are we barreling with sevens? We are not betting sevens on the turn, Ben.
Oh boy.
I would've.
You're punting here.
I don't know if I would indeed.
If you want, you can bet 8-7. You can bet 9-7, 9-8.
Sevens is
And
just too
seven.
good.
Yeah, way too good, man. Come on. You can bet fours or deuces.
Fours are set.
Polarized him,
Threes.
so he has a jack and he can
Who's
start
Pocket
with
three
lots
for the
of
straight draw.
spades he can have. And
Fours and deuces are sets.
Pocket threes for the straight draw.
Yeah, the gutter.
Why not pocket fives?
Probe that gutter,
You
man.
gotta find that queen 6, queen 7, queen 8, king 5,
I think 5s and 3s is probably close,
but
but
not pocket 7. Pocket 7, she bets the flop and then gives up.
Huh.
See bet the flop, Galen.
What about the check on the turn?
That's good.
Do we give up on the river with pocket sevens?
See bet call, ace of club, check, check. What? Jack 10-5. Wait. Or sevens.
There.
Okay, it's not the good board. Jack four deuce, check on the turn, and then, what was it, a 10?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
10.
10 of diamonds.
10 of diamonds.
And then he checks.
And then he checks, then you check
oh,
again.
back, of course. You have showdown.
Oh, it's just a pure give up. What if he block bet small?
It's not a give up, it's a value showdown. hand.
Yeah.
No, sevens is garbage here.
No, man.
Oh, it's winning 20 big blinds.
You wanna
Mark.
see equity? You wanna talk about equity? Oh,
Yeah, look at that orange equity.
No, but if he checks, you win with checking back.
okay, so. Yeah, maybe sevens is
Betting
garbage.
is worse. Yeah, I saw that in the solver.
So if he block bets, we're
this
folding.
is, oh, yeah, we just call.
Yeah, because
Oh,
he's
no.
block betting a lot of jacks there, right? So,
Bad run out.
Yeah, but solves also block betting
I rejam.
give ups.
Yeah, like queen 8 of
Folds.
hearts.
For instance.
I'm rejamming there all day long. A7, come on, man.
Yeah, that's what I would do also, I think, if the, yeah. Only 7 big for the big
Yeah,
blind.
Yeah, for 7.5 big blinds, I think I'm rejamming a7 as well.
With a big blind right there too.
It's really close though, because it's like,
Ah, it's not that close. I
it's
think.
not a good hand. in
You're way
general.
ahead of the open jam. You're way ahead of, you're not way ahead, but you're ahead of a lot of stuff in that open jam range.
Yeah,
and the
but
big
you're
blind's just sitting
also
there.
like,
Big blind's kind of dead money, right? Like kind of. And you block his, and you got a blocker, you got an ace blocker, so I think you just gotta go with it, man.
Yeah. You should bet a lot of kings and a lot of aces, of course. but-
Yeah, even like a lot of my kings I'm doing that with, for sure.
yeah, but do we want to give flips to?
There's dead money in the pot also, huh?
Because the short stack wants to take flips, so we don't want to take flips. We don't have to take flips.
Oh, I'm ahead of so much of his range.
Yeah, but there is already 2.5 or more in the pot. For free. And you only have to call 6.5, huh? So there's. I mean, yeah, so much free money.
Yeah, obviously we're rejamming here if we're gonna go in.
Yeah, so
Plus one.
a7 makes money. So yeah, you can read
What's the worst ace that you're going in with?
All of them.
Deuce.
Is all of them?
wants to dance with every ace.
It even goes for with king 9 off.
See, I was feeling like a7 was the bottom.
Yeah, like I wouldn't do like ace two and ace three. I mean, ace seven to me was easy, like the weaker ace, like all the suited aces for sure. And then like maybe I might not fuck around with ace two, ace three.
I would go as deep as ace 5 at least. I think that's a safe.
I mean, the key is, the key is just the ace, because like the ace is ahead of everything he's jamming with that doesn't have an ace in it, and it's not,
We're jamming
and it can,
28%, that's-
out flop pairs that they have, so. Like the ace is the key, right?
Yeah, the ace is. Or 2 Broadway cards is also good. I mean, against a lot of pairs, you have enough equity. Updates are available for your software.
So if he's a bit tighter than the original Chippy V matrix, we're gonna see if it's a call or not. I think
Is not a lot.
a7 for me is always a call, so.
Yeah.
I think a7 for me is not, it is a call. I'm not like happy about it. I'm not
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
high-fiving people around me like, oh.
Since I'm
this
breaking my
guy.
wrist.
I'm high-fiving people around me. I'm standing up. With a7 in my mind, the guy is already stone cold drawing dead. Think about it. A7.
Have an
Good
ace.
thing you didn't play that. It's a good thing you didn't play that 10K yesterday, Vince.
Oh my god, I was getting owned yesterday. Like every time I was all in the small blind, the big blind had aces. My I got it in bad so many times yesterday. It's ridiculous amount of times.
Yeah, I had it all in so good so many times, but I lost them all.
Rejam here.
Sometimes it happens.
It was actually refreshing. Like I've never gotten in behind so many times before.
Did that guy jam with 3-4 off?
Suited.
Oh, he was suited.
Oh, okay. That makes all.
Okay, then it's good.
He was clicking his randomizer, you know.
Do you guys think that this is a C bet?
Versus small blind, big blind. I don't
play
know,
it.
three-way spots.
I don't mind it, but
Yeah, I mean,
It's more in your blinds range, so probably not.
the small blind can't defend a lot on this.
yeah, you
flop.
put the small blind in a little bit of a tough spot. He can't really float. I think, so.
And the
Yeah,
big
I like
blind
a bet. I like a
is
bet.
not super connected, so I would bet. Ooh, small blind.
Jack
Oh,
What happened with Jack deuce? I think Jack deuce lost it.
I think I'm gonna mix with ace jack here on the flop
yeah,
between betting small and checking, mainly because the small blind can rip it at like any time.
yeah.
Uh,
No, you can't.
And then you have to call off.
He has a big blind also behind him.
Yeah, if he rips it, I'm just gonna fold.
Yeah, that's why he's ripping it. He's not flatting.
No,
Like
he
if he has a 9 here, he's not flatting when we bet.
Oh, but that's good. I
Yeah,
don't
but
mind if he rips a 9.
look-
I think this
Look how
is
many
a
s-
check.
Look how many straight draws that big blind has, though. It's gonna be hard to avoid cards for him,
No, he
right?
doesn't have a lot of straight draws on this flop. I mean, it's not that connected.
Anyway,
He has some, yeah. Has a lot of gut shots, I think. That's for sure.
Yeah, if he doesn't have a pair, he has a gut shot, a straight draw, like a lot of the time.
Gut shots, but straight draws 8-7 and 5-4 are the only straight draws. Not a lot, I think.
Yeah, we just have like 2 overcards.
We gotta
Yeah.
check here, right?
I don't think we had backdoor equity as well, right? With no straight possibility and no flush.
No, we don't have straight possibility indeed. And a
Yeah,
lot-
so it's like we literally only have 2 overcards. It's not like it would be that great to get it in.
no, I
Hope
wouldn't. And I would fold if the raise.
Hope to turn an ace or a jack.
Yeah, or get folds. The small blind should fold a lot, I mean, in between.
just.
Yeah, it's tough being the monkey in the middle there in the small blind. I mean, he happened to hit a 6 in that particular spot, so he probably wasn't gonna fold, but you put them in a bad spot, 3-way when you see bet there.
Yeah, but the big blind is gonna defend a lot of that range.
Josh, I'm curious to see the overview here, please. Could you do that for me?
Yeah, okay.
Sweet. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but we saw last week doing GTO training. I think it was hijack versus cutoff. We had key cards, right? And one of our key cards from the hijack was the 10.
Yep.
So is this a similar spot? Where we have key cards again? We're gonna see real quick.
Not gonna lie, I didn't pay a lot of attention last week.
Oh, you missed a hell of a week.
I mean, I was there. I wasn't 100% present though.
Oh,
Both the 10 and the 8 are good.
both are key cards, right? So they are key cards at 40. Are they key cards at 30? That's what I wanna know.
Ah, wrong program.
Then a 3 with a flush draw. Oh. Well. That's
Is this out of
surprising.
position?
This is out of position. We have 2 key cards on the board, my friend.
I'm shocked. I'm surprised we're betting 70%. Wow.
I'm not surprised at all because we
Oh,
have
you're
a
not.
10-eye flop and it's the best key card for us. And then the 8 is also amazing.
So we don't have 6-5 in range.
We don't have, but 7-6 is very close to me.
7-6 can make a straight.
Yeah, but it's still the same. It's gonna bet all of this junk, I'm sure. And now let's see if we have key cards. Oh,
There you go.
10 is not so good here.
The 9,
Yeah,
The 9 is really good.
queen,
Eight is
king and
not so
9.
good as well. But actually, they're like pretty good, right?
9 is not bad.
If we look at that like a 7 is bad, legitimately bad. 7 and lower very bad. And king eye board, queen eye board, we're gonna do a lot of betting and then nine eye boards.
So in the hijack, we still open offsuit nine some, probably.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a funky spot as well. So the 10 is okay, it's pretty good.
Not a lot of offsuit nines.
So you can actually see bet this flop.
I mean, here's the point where I either decide I've got to bluff or give up. I think I'm just giving up. This hand cannot improve. That's zero equity bluff or just give up.
Yeah, and the flop, you have backdoors indeed.
Yeah, I like betting the flop here.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jess.
I raised the jack six versus the
Yeah, I'm
limp.
raising here as well.
I raised jack six, jack seven. I call it like jack eight, jack nine. They play better. Post flop, but jack six doesn't play so good post flop. Jack six, jack seven. Are my raising hands there?
How
Jack
big are
five, jack
you-
four, jack three, jack two. I raise all that shit.
How big
I'm
are you raising
starting, I'm
to
starting
three
to get
bigs?
used to raising like the bottom region here, like
Yeah.
9-6 down to 9 deuce, 8-3 off, like.
And then you see like right away, jack eight, because it plays so well post flop, you could just call it jack eight, right? Jack eight.
Yeah,
Jack nine, jack
You
10.
mostly like wanna raise your trash and with your suited stuff, you wanna realize your equity, so you always check that.
Yeah,
So trash raise and then suited check.
7 is a key card.
weirdly, if you look at the chart, Jack 6 offsuit specifically is like, and Jack 5
Trash.
likes to play a little bit more.
Oh, no, they're
And
actually.
now when we call, like, we have no aces in our range now, so like, we can't even really fight for this pot very hard.
Yeah, like I don't know where the logic is, where like Jack 5 is almost always a flat here. And Jack 7 is like, we're fighting.
I'm just raising that one big blind bet because I know we don't have no aces.
It can be that sevens is raising and you then have at least also sevens in your range. I don't know.
Okay, ace, king, queen. So if we have that,
Yeah, big blind raises the top of range and bottom of range, so. He limps. That's just not a good flop for him at all. Like, I'm raising that one big blind stab. All day long.
king, queen with the flush draw, 20 big blind, small blind, ling, big blind check. Let's see. Are you supposed to bet with a single spade here? Check. Strategy. Jack 6 off with a spade, you can bet, actually.
A small percentage though, I think like largely checking is better.
Definitely, it's a more of a check than anything, but if you are to bet, this is like,
What's our response when he bets one big blind? From the small
I think
blind,
call.
I'm gonna raise a lot.
so he's betting one big blind a lot on this texture. And then Jack 6, we just call.
Yeah, I don't think we get to raise a lot.
No, we checked, right? And they bet. Isn't that how
No,
it went?
we're in the big blind. This is,
Right.
this is a blind versus blind.
And didn't small blind check?
No, but you just said if he bets one big blind, what are we doing?
No, I said, he meaning Galen.
Oh,
Small blind checks, Galen bets one big blind. I said it from the small blind. I'm gonna raise this texture a lot because he lacks aces.
true. I would be betting a lot as a small blind. I
Yeah,
think
but
I'm
also
I'm
like-
betting like
It's never raising, it's raising less than 5% of the time.
yeah, if I'm the small blind, I'm betting out or I'm c betting, I guess.
Yeah, we should be
Um,
c betting, actually, you're right.
Like a 65% pot size.
Check this ace.
Yeah,
Okay, so we bet and we get called. Alright.
he
so
should open
check,
jam, shouldn't he open jam ace two there anyway?
Bet small, call.
20 bigs, he's just supposed to open, right? Right?
25 bigs, right? I don't think he's just jamming it.
Well,
But
Galen's got 20.
effective, huh?
He is jamming it.
It's 20 effective.
Jam.
Ace deuce,
20
Just a rep.
effective, it's an
20
open jam.
effective.
Ace deuce off.
Just open rip it,
Ah, okay.
right?
Look at this here, it's not here. It's all ripping.
Yeah, but ace two suited, for instance, probably also bets on the flop.
Ace king queen. Turn 8,
Yeah,
hearts.
I don't like ripping ace deuce off.
I do it.
It's just like, you want them to have a deuce, right?
I do it even once I'm in the money. I don't give a shit.
No, you don't want
I
them
used to
to
say that all the time, Vince. I gave up on that theory.
always look at the bright side, Vincent. Always look at.
There's also this like, when you rip it, do you want them to call?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, so ace deuce is one of those hands where
but-
you don't want them
but-
to call, right?
But they do call, when they do call, I'm often ahead. Lose some flips, but they're gonna call with a lot of stuff that the ace, just the ace high is ahead of. Then it's just a matter of winning the race.
Yeah, I mean, I lose flips unproportional amounts
It's
to
in
the
your-
equity,
You think
so
so?
I don't like taking
I'm
flips.
sure you don't, Vincent.
Yeah, I mean, you just, that's
Sure.
your perception.
That means you're due to win more.
Yeah, the do strategy.
King ten just call there. Mostly.
I'm not sure.
Roulette
I think it's a
strategy.
jam. Think I'm jamming like queen jack suited, king ten suited.
I think king jack jams, I think king ten calls.
Yeah, I think we're pretty comfortably just flat here.
I think we jam.
I don't mind jamming, I prefer calling. Like, we're on the button, we have a suited
Suited hand,
king,
huh?
right?
That is,
Mixing.
king jack's a little better.
At 15, like when we're lower stacked, we just have to go all in. Like, we don't have a big enough stack to do anything. So I understand just ripping it. But I still prefer,
I fold.
I like 20, yeah, I just prefer to flat.
This ace nine, I mean, I'm folding.
At 20,
What do you think?
at 40, you three bet it, huh, I think.
At 40, I think I'm mixing a 3-bet. I'm
Yeah.
still a large flat though.
If as long as they don't squeeze enough, you can flat more indeed, and you don't have to treat that much.
Yeah. I mean, people don't
four
squeeze
bet
much in
jam,
general,
just
so
rip it.
like, it's kind of always worth it
I'm
in my
ripping.
mind.
It's a big raise. Hold on. 6.5. Nah, I'm folding actually. If he bet like, if he did like the 2.5, 2.7x, I'd rip it. Cause I feel like I have full equity. But for this size, I'm just gonna fold actually.
That's a pretty large three bet indeed, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the stacks were short. That's a big bet. So I'm just folding.
Calling
Yeah,
or going.
but he bet larger than, than what we're seeing is some, the range for.
I'm still going all in.
Nah, no way. I just fold.
It's probably close, I think. It's not that.
He goes for the fold, but maybe, you know,
Is he bluffing?
made
or
it-
not? That's the
If he made
question.
it 5.5, I rip.
yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It's more like, is
Matters
this
to me.
guy bluffing often enough or not?
Yeah.
More than the
Yes.
size, you know? Is it- That's
But
what
he's
I'm,
almost got himself priced in already at that size, like.
Against you, yes. Stack size, I mean, not. You
Oh,
can-
yeah.
I would never say that, Ken.
Well, I can take it.
Oh yeah, actually against Louis, I'm snapping. I'm breaking my wrist.
Yeah, against Louis, I would snap. No, he calls with sevens. That's the problem. fold, snap fold against Louis.
If Louis 4-bet jammed against me out of position, I'm calling with like 6-5 offsuit just to piss him off.
If only it wasn't true.
Yeah, and you wouldn't piss him off.
Only it was not true.
They do that against me. I say, any day, come on. Do that again.
Oh.
2 pair. Yeah, out of position, so you check indeed to the razor.
We check raise? I missed it.
No, I think he checked back on up. And still, we have top 2, so we block a lot of this.
Yeah, you don't, I mean, there's no point in really. You might as well
Yeah, it
just
was-
call, you got the board locked up.
It was check on the flop and then
You led
lead,
turn.
lead fold.
Yeah, you can't let the flush draw for free again, or
Oh,
right
yeah,
ace
yeah.
high, maybe try and show down for free and hit an ace.
For sure you want to bet turn, right?
Can't let them straighten out or flush out.
Alright, so 12 big blinds. 15.
It's like his range, like that board should be really good for the big blind, for the razor's range.
Yeah, so I would sure check to.
And we all like just calling pre-flop, right? There's no point in jamming that hand.
No,
I'm curious to see if it's supposed to check the turn again or not.
I
So
don't think
board goes
so.
check, check, the turn is the 7 of hearts. And then. Oh, okay, it's a big bet, so he does the right thing half of the time. It's a big bet, he bets big, that's good. And then, yeah, mixing 50-50. Big bet or check. Alright. Again, he plays really well.
Seems you're surprised.
Tens there, what do you do? Don't you jam?
Yeah, there's nothing to do here except just go all in. Ooh, just flat. And then fold.
I mean, you gotta fold down, right? You're against 2 players.
Oh, against 2 players? It would suck, but yeah. Yeah.
If this guy's the biggest net in the world, do you jam?
You don't have ace, ace and king eyes are,
Pre-flop, I'm always jamming. You got 15 bigs with tens. I mean.
How
what-
big of a nit is he? Does he open ace 9 suited?
Nope.
What's the bottom of his opening range?
I would open here, not jam.
They're not folding under pairs either, right? So
Ace queen.
So if I had pocket tens here and like for some reason he just like showed me ace queen, I'm all in still
yeah, me too. Ace queen, ace king, whatever.
because we're short stacked and we want to take flips because we don't want to be forced to be all in behind.
Yeah,
What
we
if
can't.
he
send
shows
lines.
you like a single jack?
What?
What if he shows you a single jack?
I'm
Do you
still
call or
all
do you
in.
go in?
I'm still all in.
He doesn't have to show me anything. I'm all in. I don't
Yeah,
really give a
like
shit what he
I'm all in
has.
here.
I would also raise all in.
Alright,
Mm.
so there's no other way around, man. You need to rip here.
Yeah, I was losing it. I was losing my stack all in pre, so.
I
And
think.
King
the all in
Jack-
would've won.
And king jack's gotta fold pre-flop, right?
Yeah,
Jack was folding, ace 4 was folding as well.
yeah, ace 4 is folding too. So we
Maybe,
would
maybe not. It might be, she might be
5 bigs.
station. He might be a station. You never know.
No. Must be a big station to call with ace four.
We're out there.
I don't see them enough.
Small from the stack depth, that's something Galen does really well. That's something that, like, even like some self-proclaimed professionals, this thing here raising small on the flop seems to be eluding some people.
I
don't know
just
how it
call.
works. They just don't understand that you can raise small on this type of spot, and it's the best play.
Yeah, I don't raise small here. I just call. Look at the SPR. We have a quarter. Like, why? Why?
I think calling is the best play as well. But if you are to raise, this is the perfect size.
Yeah, if you're gonna raise, just click it.
Don't raise all
I
in.
agree, but like raising itself is not great here.
I agree.
think.
I agree.
Like if for some reason you think that this guy is like the hugest calling station in the world, then sure.
So you
Otherwise,
wanna
it's
raise
like,
like
what
two
else are
pair?
you?
You
What
want,
else
you
are you
wanna
even
raise
clicking it
like
with?
10-9
You're all in with 10
and
9.
maybe
You don't want to
like-
give him like,
sets?
Did this guy open king seven offsuit? No, he limp. And got
Yeah, he
his king and decided that it was the nuts.
That's pretty bad.
It is stacked up, he should. Decide it's the nuts.
You think he should limp?
Well, he didn't limp king seven to fold it,
That's right.
right?
after looking at some limping charts, I don't think that this guy limped correctly. Cause you're like
Except-
a limping range is actually like kind of strong because the limping range is hands that you don't mind limp calling with. So
Most of-
like a lot of the times you're pre-flop like 3.5x big blind.
What do you think is the best play here?
No, it's deep.
Where we at?
And there are small stack behind him.
This hand I raise, I'll three bet this or fold.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I can't
There,
fold, I'm three betting,
uh,
like I'm just three betting every time.
Is there any
guys
ICM
hear me?
here?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep,
What's up? bro?
Okay. My little light's not going on, so I couldn't tell. Yeah, I would raise that.
I just go to like 6.
I like to three bet as well.
Folding's good too, I think.
But if you can
I
look
was
at your
next.
opponent and tell that he has a strong hand, you can fold it.
If I was on the button, then I would just flat.
Snap, snap.
I don't mind the fold here.
Yeah, it's not big. You're good, it's early position open, king, queen's kind of shitty. That's why I'd rather either raise or fold.
There are jamming stacks behind you in need of 20 bigs. It's one of the problems.
It's hijack versus low jack, right?
Yeah, and there are a lot of 3 players with 20 bigs behind you.
And that's why, another reason why I like that smaller three bet size, because it's not as gross when you have to fold.
Yeah, if two players go all in, you just fold.
Yeah, I think that was too strong of a hand to throw away.
But he dodged the bullet somehow. So it was mostly a three bet or a call, but. Galen is like Neil.
Ooh, I like my hand. We could raise,
No.
call.
Just call.
I think we can do all the actions.
We both have all the sets, right? So
Blind can raise you all
he's
in.
got better over pairs than we do.
If he wants to go all in, I'm all in. Fuck him.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna do a, I'm gonna
I
do a
want the
small
other
raise.
guy also to get all in.
I like check calling.
I'm gonna small raise.
We're gonna have worse flush draws we can raise. We're not gonna have a ton of other draws, like we're gonna have some straight draws and some sets. I think we can raise worse flush draws probably.
Would this be a good one though? Because let's say, I mean, you could probably just get them right now and let's say it turns blank on the turn. Now you gotta check. You know what I mean? Again, and now you're getting probably more money where you can just take them off right now.
Yeah, I mean, like a hand like this though could still make top pair and be good.
And then you can
Whereas-
barrel,
Outs that you can still call on the turn.
and then you can still barrel, you can barrel off you know what I mean, a 3,
raise all the
4,
time.
5, 6, 7, 8. Any heart, you get what I'm saying? Like, I would think this would be a perfect candidate.
I think like 10, 9, 9, 8.
Just
I'm gonna
call.
raise them first, stuff
Especially
like
'cause
that,
we're-
jack eight.
Yeah.
If you raise and you get
Like
re-raised.
both options, like
Jack
we have a
nine.
very clear.
Uh,
If we get raised
Don't
all in,
raise,
we have an
I
easy
would
call.
call
Easy
it.
Have
call,
fold
that's what I'm
equity with a
saying.
good draw.
Never raise.
Are
I'm
we
gonna raise
looking
like,
for-
I'm gonna
are
raise
we
like
looking-
ace two of hearts, ace four of hearts.
Are we looking
Ace
for all
seven
the
of
cards that
hearts.
we can barrel? Doesn't that make it, I mean, maybe wrong, but doesn't that's what makes it good a candidate? Especially because if you talk about, we're on the button, well, we're in
Heads
the
up, yes.
blind versus
That's the
them.
way I don't like it.
Well, what I'm thinking of is how many bluffs do we wanna have, right? So if you start counting your bet, you know, the ones you really wanna bet, I don't think king jack's gonna get in there.
And you are in the small blind, and you don't connect to this flop.
Right.
Your hand is almost face up. It's an
I think you're
overpair.
gonna bluff some of your ace, your nut flush draws that wrap around the flop, so you got straight draws as well. And then maybe some like, overcards
think
with the
in
gutter.
big pot at
Gutter
small
flush
blind.
draw.
Let me ask you a
Let's
question,
go.
though. Who do you think that flop hits better though? Us or
Well, they
them?
got all the overpairs still.
The big
They're
blind.
uncapped.
The big blind.
Yeah. We probably have an equity
It's
advantage.
better.
Mhm.
We have all the sets still,
Well, so do they.
Yeah, and the big blind also.
but the
Check
C
it,
better.
check it, Louis. What should we do on that? What's the?
Oh, no, we're small blind, so we don't have, we don't have an equity advantage here.
Yeah, we do.
No, of course not.
Nah, no,
Why
big
not?
blind would, small blind don't.
And certainly not against two players. We can have
Do
an
we
ex-
not have all the sets here?
But
Yeah,
so do
does
they.
the opener not have all the sets here?
Yeah, but we
And
have the
big blind,
same,
Does he not have all the sets here?
but we have all the same equity advantage as the big blind.
Big blind has all, he's got two pairs we don't have. He's got
Yeah, 6-5
sets.
suited. 7-8.
He's gonna have some over pairs. He's gonna have flush draws at the wazoo.
But also straight draws that we don't have.
Right, straight draws, like,
Two
Yeah,
pairs
but with
that we
his,
don't have.
with his stack size, like we don't care about those hands.
That's true, but I want him to raise with a good hands. Not me.
I just think we have better, we have other flush draws we wanna raise before the king jack is all I'm saying. Like, I'm raising some combos here, and it's gonna be a lot, and it's not gonna be this one, in my opinion.
I'm just saying I like both options.
Yeah,
I like calling, not raising.
I mean, wouldn't you rather do it with like ace two of hearts, ace four of hearts, ace seven of hearts?
This is also a
like,
limped pot,
Eight,
right?
nine of hearts.
I don't know if it's a limp pot, was that? True?
Yeah, it's a limp pot. There's only 4 bigs in there.
Yeah,
So very often at this SPR, you don't wanna play your draws fast. So that's why I thought calling was better. But we can see here on the sim, like these kind of draws, they wanna call.
Oh, and there's the ace two, like I was just saying, ace two, ace.
there's no
four,
flush draw on this
Ace
board.
seven.
Ace
Yeah,
spades.
9-8, right? Like I
On
hit
your
them all.
board, in your solver board.
Spades.
Spades?
Oh, sorry, never mind.
Oh,
Disregard.
no, we want it to show hearts though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
7.
You can
Yeah, I think-
raise like the worst king eye.
Well, that's got a gutter. The king seven's got a
That's
gutter.
got it.
That's
Yeah.
why, that's what you wanna do. You wanna be, kind of connected around the flop with your, redraws.
Oh,
Okay.
then there's the 8, yeah, okay.
So king jack's
You
just,
raise and get
too many,
jammed on.
it's too many bluffs.
Yeah, just call.
And it can make top pair still and win like this.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
We
And
won,
see that
we
six
won both
big
ways. What are we worried about? We hit them all.
blind- 6 big blind, I love this bet. This is good. Call by jacks, very good, very good.
Interesting that the guy just limped with his jacks pre-flop.
If we're gonna raise if we'd have raised, we got all his money, cause he would have shoved, we'd have called, and we'd have turned. We'd had his whole stack.
Yeah,
Don't be result oriented, huh?
No, but that's what I knew was gonna happen.
Then you must be a big winner.
No, I've been doing good, but I'm not a big winner. I got to the final table, another one
You have
yesterday.
billions on your bank account.
I
Doing
putted.
better every day, Joan.
What's that?
Doing better every day. Hey, Joan, do you think this is an open?
This one? Yes.
This is for sure an open.
I agree,
Two to nines.
but
He
Galen
must have
is
missed, he must have misclicked. He's not, or he timed out or something.
not misclicking.
Ooh,
So-
we got the iFish chips
Yeah, that's
second
what I-
place from yesterday.
I'm not sure if it's from
What's up,
yesterday. It's
Sam?
from
Haven't
this
heard you in a
weekend for
while.
sure.
Yeah,
I have the
I
date.
know.
actually.
'Cause he showed me. He told me that he was on the final table.
Oh, yeah, last week he got 1 first place and 2 second place. So today we're reviewing a second place. And I think Friday is gonna be around for his first place.
I was there when the first place happened.
Are any of you guys still in the Big 20?
No, I busted.
Oh, you guys are playing already while you're studying? Damn.
That's real bad, huh?
Hey, I was proud of myself yesterday. I got to, on the 660 20K. I got 17th place out of what, 3,700 people.
Very
I
good.
didn't see that one. I would have
Oh,
played it.
So close.
I was excited. I played good. I just towards the end, I was kind of card dead too, though. I just was waiting it out. Then, little short stack, but I was pretty happy.
That's a nice flop.
So
Yeah.
that was against that KGA guy who limped his jacks and then he limped another pots as well.
Yeah.
So
Some people just like to limp.
Yeah, but they're limping with a strong range, so
Yeah, most people not.
most people are not. But ACR, some of them do.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, how did we lose here?
love.
He loses the small pots and wins the big ones. That's how you get
Yeah,
first.
that's what you need to do. Some reason I'm the reverse of that.
It's because you're calling station.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, me also.
See, I don't think Galen studies the big blind though, because that flop, he's supposed to have raised all that shitty cards pre-flop, so he doesn't have a lot of them in his range on the flop. To be betting.
I think if you, in general, like, if you employ a very straightforward blind versus blind, I think it's fine actually, because like the EV difference, well, first of all, the ranges are so close, it makes the equities and EV difference like almost negligible. So if you play these like blind versus blind spots, like small ball, really straightforward, I think you're still doing fine.
You're playing in position. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have those hands in your combos in your range, it's fine, but I mean, I'm raising them pre-flop, so I'm not gonna have it as often.
Do you call with king, queen suited there?
I fold.
King, queen suited.
Oh, king, queen? Man,
fold.
that's close.
Is it?
I mean,
I think
isn't-
King Jack is the bottom of the calling range.
I'm folding king, jack, because he's kind of in early position.
Vince, are you officially calling king jack?
He's in middle position.
I'm rolling my
already
eyes,
big.
sighing,
Like,
and then
first of all,
calling,
he
and
shouldn't
then
have-
I'm
he
gonna be
shouldn't
like, how
have-
did I lose?
He shouldn't have a jamming range. That's what fucks me up. Like, he has no open
When you
jam.
lose, calling with king jack.
So I'm just folding.
He's not open jamming though. We opened and then he jammed over us with
Oh,
20
did he?
bigs.
Oh, he jammed
Yeah.
over us? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
folding.
he has a jamming range.
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't,
sorry,
I thought we were big blind.
You cannot go back in time and change your answer.
I'm
I
still
mean,
fol-
You're committed to
Jack,
calling.
when
I'm still folding.
I think King Jack is the bottom of the calling range still, even against this.
Yeah, I'm folding too. I think that's just too big of a all in too.
I don't
Right.
need to take a
About
flip
king
for half my
queen?
stack. I don't need to flip in these games. I don't need to flip for half my stack, against, unless this guy's in there 3-betting like 12% or whatever. I'm not calling.
I want to say if it was like 10 or less, I'm gonna do it. 10 to 12.
Ooh,
19's pretty big.
King queen is folding, guys.
King queen is
Yeah.
folding.
Wow,
Yeah.
Knew
Look at
it.
this, you're losing your shirt, Vince.
nice.
Hey
'cause I was
LP, is
folding.
this the king queen that is folding? Is this chip EV or
GPV, yes.
it's chip EV, right?
So ICM even more folding.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
this assume that the opponent's jamming correctly, right? Like perfect.
No, that assumes a lot of bluffs.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
perfect.
even against the bluffs.
Good strong range, I mean.
No, I mean, it's just straight out of the computer. We didn't adjust it or anything. And
No.
king queen is folding.
I gave him the choice to call or to jam, and then if he decides to jam, this is our calling range.
Yeah, his
Okay,
range is
so-
not adjusted.
Most of the time,
To
I
answer your
think
question.
the
Yeah, so
player
yeah,
pool
I
is
mean-
jamming less
Yeah, so
wide.
this is even more of a fold.
yeah,
If we
it's
adjust
even
his
more of a
range.
fold. Yeah,
If
If
they
they
because
jam
adjust
more,
it, it's gonna get a lot worse.
yeah, people don't jam, as wide as the solver would say. So
Yeah, but they find the ace jams, and that's the problem with the king.
yeah, but we're still behind more times than not.
Yeah, that's what I say. I agree.
Yeah,
with that.
so we should fold more than what the HRC says.
I was folding king jack and calling king queen suited, so I was still losing my shit.
Still losing your shirt.
Yeah.
Uh, 10-8's an open, 10-8 suited, right?
No, I think he was in early position.
I opened
Yeah,
from
Not
under
the
the gun.
offsuit.
From any
Yeah.
Not
position.
the offsuit.
No, go back.
No, he had to go back further.
Yeah.
That's an open.
Is it early? I don't think so.
I opened from under the gun. 8
Uh,
handed.
Under the
That's
gun one,
that's a
right?
little lower. Yeah, it's an open, but it's at a lower because it goes, the suits goes, it'll go 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9.
I opened it 100%.
You can open at 8
max.
there, yeah. I kinda, Yeah.
Effective.
that's one of your
set-
lower ones.
So normally it's an open, but
Yeah, what I try to do on those ones where the suited, where they open the suited eights right there on both positions, on the earlier one, I'll make sure I'm a little tighter.
yeah, but the effective big blinds is lower. Huh? If you look at the big blind and all the players, and
Yeah,
That's a fold.
that's an easy fault. Indeed.
Wait, wasn't an open?
Yeah, 100%, even from under the gun.
Holy shit. At 40?
At 40 bigs, huh?
10-8 under the gun,
Oh
at
my
10-8, I don't do that. I do nines under the gun. I don't do
Y'all are
eight.
You got the
crazy.
board coverage.
this is
No.
the nuts, guys. You
That's one of
play
the
with
things
the
I learned
nuts.
from the ranges.
If you
I
don't
need
play
to,
with
I need to
effective
study some
nuts,
charts.
like king 6 and 10-8, you guys are missing out. a
Need to
ton of
See,
study.
nuts.
that's the one, see, that's where I get confused a little bit, Louis, like to memorize them, like, so see how we're opening 10-8 suited, but we're not opening jack 8 or queen 8? Whereas
Very simple.
I finally started mixing in the king 7 and king 6, finally. It took me a long time to get there, but I am starting to mix them in.
King
Yeah, I'm
5 is
opening
the
king
stone
On
eight.
cold
ACR.
nuts.
I
If
won't do it on
somebody
stars.
opens, you're looking at king 7, you just always 3-bet. So if it's a hand, you always 3-bet, you always open it too. This is the nuts, basically. King 7.
You like king 7, don't you, Louis?
I like king 6.
I
better.
don't
It's got the
like
core- the core of the wheel, right?
It's
So
not
king
me
6
that
is a
likes
little
it,
better.
it's GTO. GTO said it was a hand we need to
we
be
3-bet.
up and over with.
I think I find.
Okay, I prefer to raise here. What do you guys think?
No.
Bad
No.
board. Yeah, we defend a lot by raising, I think, but
And we call out of the small blind though. What sixes do we have, dude?
we have
I don't
overpair.
hate a raise there at all because they're overseas betting a lot. We got the dangler to the 6, we got an ace. Overcard, backdoor flush, I guess, do we have? I don't hate it. Small raise probably, just a small, like 2.5x. Fold to a jam.
Louis wearing a hat makes you look 10 years younger. You look really young.
Thank you.
Not saying you looked old. I'm just saying you look a lot younger.
Thank you.
Before the hat, you look like a grizzled old man that worked like 60 years on a farm, you know? With the
Uh,
hat,
I don't
you're
think-
like a 30-year-old whippersnapper.
Amazing.
I have a friend that got into tournaments. He used to live here, but now he lives in New Mexico. And he was calling me yesterday. He's supposed to sign up today or tomorrow to the poker coaching. He wants to join our group and
I
start.
got a
learning.
sale ending today.
Is it? I'm gonna let him know that, cause he wants to.
It's the Cyber Week sale, but they'll have another one for Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas might even be cheaper than this one, but this is a decent sale. I think it's under 60 a month if you sign up for a year.
Okay, just a call. Do you have the link, Ken, to the sale,
The link to what?
to the page for the sale?
I got an email today. Yeah, I have it. You want me to put it in Discord?
Yes, please.
How do you feel
Sweet.
about this bet? on
Send it
the
to you
flop?
or just put it in general?
As you want.
I'll send it to you.
Monotone board? That's small.
Monotone board.
In position, you can range
So,
bet. there. I like range betting.
What is this action called when the
Oh, range
pre-flop
bet.
raiser does
Range bet.
not see bet and you bet behind him?
It depends
Oh,
on what
betting.
tool you're
See that?
using.
Betting the flop.
I think it might be a C bet. Or a pro.
See,
think-
I always thought that that was a float.
Nope.
Poker tracker, for poker tracker, that's. a
Floating is calling with airball.
For
That's what I
poker
was saying,
tracker,
yeah,
Yeah, I
floating
think
is
it's
calling
either-
them.
It's either a C bet or a probe.
Are you
No. My
sending
whole
the
life.
link or no?
Until
Poker-
like
poker
maybe
tracker,
like
they
4
call it
months
a
ago.
float.
I always thought that was a float.
In poker tracker, you are correct, Vincent.
Are you talking about like giving up the betting lead?
No, okay, so the pre-flop, so we're in position. The pre-flop raiser declines to see bet. And because we're in position, we bet. So
Oh,
we took over the betting lead, but we're in position.
Isn't that a probe?
I think.
No,
it's a-
that's for sure not a probe.
Yeah, probe is on a turn when it goes check, check.
Oh,
And we're out of position.
it's called a betting in position.
Yeah, so we bet in position once the pre-flop raiser does not see bet. I always thought that was a float.
In poker tracker, it's a float.
Yeah.
And in Hold'em Manager, it's not, but I don't know how they call it. So just,
What? Making me coffee and everything?
I would call it the float bet. Make sure that.
Gotcha said, isn't this called a stab? Yeah, yeah. It's a stab at the pot.
Probe is also a stab at the pot.
Yeah.
C-bet is also a stab at the pot.
Yeah. A stab is like literally any
What
bet.
was that? Ace six suited? Did he call it
Offsuit.
ace six suited?
Offsuit.
So is it safe to assume nobody hit the 20,000 bounty yesterday? Was it
Mm,
20?
Fortunately not. I didn't even see a pro.
I think two or three of them got hit.
I guarantee you people were just gutting out like crazy.
Yeah, if there even was one of those guys on my table, I'm just all in every hand against him. Oh,
Yeah.
he's on the big blind, I'm all in.
Yeah.
If you cover him.
What are we
Fold,
supposed to
small
do?
blind.
On that,
Fold.
Hmm,
no, I'm
interesting
calling.
spot.
I'm calling.
Ace six. I'm
I
calling.
mean, you know what I mean? 1.14 to win, you know what I mean? To win 6, that's too much. You can win a lot of chips.
Yeah, but
I'm calling here.
if what
Small-
flops are
so
you
big-
winning?
If button open 2x.
On what flops are you winning?
Six in the.
What's
small
that?
blind?
On what
Well,
flops are
he's
you
all,
winning?
well, for one, he's all in the same. Why wouldn't, he's
Oh,
open
wait,
blind.
wait. There
on
is
the
no
button.
small blind. We're big blind, right?
Yeah,
Okay, I call.
yeah, I'm calling here for sure.
I'm calling, but bleh.
Folded quick.
You get there with your.
What was our exact hand?
Ace six.
Yeah, what was the suits?
Yeah.
No,
Club,
no
good spade,
straight.
I think.
I hope.
Okay, yeah.
Diamond.
Alright, that's a fold. I think if we had a spade, like ace of spades is easy. Easy call against the C bet.
You could actually, I would prefer jamming pre-flop actually, but that's.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think if there were bounties that we can ISO, I think it's fine.
Yeah, like, see, I would have never thought to jab that hand right there like that. I would have never.
King
done-
jack, yeah, I was thinking about it. I don't know if we just wanna put it in a 3-bet. And fold if the big blind jams, or if we wanna jam. I really didn't know either.
I don't, no, he was
To me-
just ISOing the guy has a short stack, so he's just trying to ISO him.
Yeah, but can't we just raise enough to ISO him and get big blind to fall? But if big blind rejams, we're like, wow, this isn't good. Let's get out of the way.
I don't think so.
King jack off. Can't we just make it like 6?
No, because when you make it 6
I
and
think
20
jamming is
guys,
okay.
he's just gonna go after your dead money. Whereas now he has to play very linear.
Otherwise, you can jam any ace probably if you just raise.
That's a
Now he
good
has to
spot.
fold most aces.
Is this a raise? What do you guys think?
No,
Gut shot, flush draw, 2 overcards.
Yeah,
I
like
would
it.
say, yeah, that's a raise.
For me, it's a raise because we have interaction with the board, it's a pair board, when the big blind, we mostly defend by raising. This is perfect.
Or check raising, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Because the.
And which
queen-
size? Do you go with the
Line
large
of
check
the-
raise or the small check raise? You wanna go polarized
Small.
or
Small, always small.
small?
6 is perfect.
You're not deep, so you don't have to raise big.
Right.
Let's see if it's a thing on the sim.
I started doing on my betting when I check raise, doing my smaller check raise is a 25% pot, and my bigger check raise is a 33% pot. On the flop.
I think you wanna have at
Depends
least,
on the raise size of the opponent also.
What's that?
Doesn't that depend on the raise size of the opponent also?
Yep, I've been doing it and it's well, yeah, but it's pretty much comes out about where you want it, to be honest with you. If you try the 25 and the 33 and it comes out perfect.
You have to see them small betting.
I kinda just
If
thinking
you-
about
if you
like,
put it
do I
in
wanna
this-
do I wanna polarize my bet or not? And that's just how I decide if I'm gonna use a small check raise or a large check raise. And as Josh said, also, the SPR comes into play. Sometimes you just don't have to
Uh-huh.
raise big, like, cause it's, the SPR is already so low.
Yeah, you could either go all in or you check
But
raise
like,
small.
if you have a huge equity advantage and it's a wet flop, I think you wanna use large sizes. Is that
Larger,
correct?
Yeah, I've been learning about like how you guys, the dynamic where like if a card could flop. I guess if a card could come on the turn where it could change the nut heads, you know what I mean? The chain, I guess that's how you
Change
consider
the
it
equity.
dynamic. Yeah, then it's a bigger bet. Right?
The button should check some on this flop, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
not the
not
range.
necessarily.
So the first thing I'm surprised to see is that when he stuffs it here. Well, he doesn't stuff it, but,
Well, we're all in.
yeah, he's putting us all in.
Putting
our
us up.
call with like queen jack with the suit there is losing money.
I think we still call, right?
We still call, but we're losing money. We're losing less, but we're still losing. I'm surprised to see when this happens. I thought this would tend
Okay.
to have a very,
So
very.
Is that
soft-
because it's a paired board and that's why it's so difficult?
what
or-
did he show down with? Let's see if he's even raising though, like, he might be just way out of line as well. This player, I'm just curious.
Cause I'm super happy getting my money in right there. If that happens.
Yeah, like he's not supposed to
that-
be raising anything but like sets here pretty much and some couple draws, but.
No,
Yeah.
the reason that we're losing money, I think it's because it's a queen high draw. He could still be stuffing it with like ace five of diamonds. We're fucking screwed there.
Yeah, but also king eight and that kind of
But
stuff.
I'm trying to see, which range are we looking? I
King
wanna
is
see
not a
his
safe
range.
out anymore then.
This is his range here, so it's eights.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
it
that
agrees with.
makes sense.
It's mostly
And-
eights.
In the solver land, he still have a bunch of offsuit eight. So this board, I mean, even though it favors us a little bit more, it's not like he doesn't have an eight.
So if this guy's jamming any made hand, any
Against
made
Button, it's
hand.
a seven
he's
board.
got
That's,
some tens, but
that's
like
the
jack
thing.
10, not really much, so, and queen, so like if he's jamming wider than that, we gotta call. And we'll be making money.
But do you think that they bluff enough, the most opponents? I don't think so.
Well, they're not supposed to jam jacks. I mean, even like queens, kings, aces aren't really supposed to be jamming here, so like if they're getting in there with all that, maybe it's a profitable call.
Yeah,
but they jam probably more eights.
Yeah, they probably jam all the eights, you're right.
what? Hey, when you look into the solver, what is the imposition supposed to jam back over our range,
This,
over our raise? This?
Exactly this.
Yeah, they really don't have no bluffs.
yeah,
He's not even supposed to.
Ace
He's not
queen.
even supposed to jam kings, right?
No,
Never going all in.
Most of the
Kings
time
are just calling.
Huh?
Kings are just calling.
So that would skew the results a little bit on in our favor, right? Because in real game, they're jamming hands they're not supposed to jam.
But they also
Like-
jam hands they are not supposed to have that are in front of us.
yeah, it's like Josh said, they're probably, if they're jamming eights, they're probably jamming all their eights and. the
They're jamming
solver.
more eights.
So I would suspect like the call might be like a little bit more profitable than what the
No, against
What
kings.
the
we are
solver
behind.
says.
Against kings, we are behind.
yeah, we are behind, but it doesn't matter. We have
We're
the
just
equity
always,
call.
we're gonna have to face the reality. We're just always gonna be behind when we call here, right? Like.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
Population,
they're not
yeah.
gonna find bluffs.
They don't jam with king, queen seven. That's probably a
They,
suited.
they'll overvalue hands, but they're not gonna, they're not gonna over bluff with anywhere near to, like, they're not gonna even bluff enough. But technically jamming like aces and kings is kind of overvaluing them there, cause we're gonna have eights sometimes.
Oh yeah, we clear.
If
Yeah,
it
we
did go
clearly
wrong,
have. Yeah, we clearly have a bunch of eights there. Like we will have like
On the
eight,
button,
eight,
a lot.
6 off.
Yeah, so like jamming kings is kind of valuing yourself there most of the time. Or half the time.
Yeah, but by then we're only calling like 14 bigs, and the pot is what?
I think it's pretty even if if you jam kings or not. So shouldn't be that big difference.
Do you have the king of diamond too? He blocked,
If he has the king of
he-
diamonds, he should not be jamming.
He's blocking our bluffs.
Yeah, like if he has the king of diamond, he should not be jamming.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
really
he has a redraw on the other hand.
Yeah, but
You
he
don't wanna, you don't wanna be blocking bluffs there, I don't think.
yeah.